We are underway here in the men's mile. If you want one man to keep an eye on, it's going to be Ziad Hassan. The men's mile is an interesting event this year because a lot of these guys have flown under the radar before, so we're going to see some stars on the team.
Yeah, I hope so. Honestly, we're sort of it's a changing of the guard, proverbially speaking, here in Division 3. Ziad Hassan really making a name for himself this year in the indoor track season, dropping some incredibly fast times at that bouncy track of Boston University. But these guys they're not really playing around in the front right now. Jonathan Zavala from Rockport. We saw Zavala this morning at the D3 Glory Day shakeout run over at Fleet Feet. The guy just can't get enough of the running world. He loves the culture. He was there. We saw him do a 15-20 minute shakeout with some of his buddies this morning. Wasting no time getting to the front, because we know if you are top six in this, have an opportunity to move through top four, only automatically qualify. Looking at about 63 seconds dead there through the first 409.5 meters. Ziad Hassan just killing.
Zavala definitely looking to put on a show for the near home crowd here. He was third last year, but he's come into both of these meets as a pretty low seed. But so if you're looking for a guy to outperform his entry, it could be Zavala from Brockport State.
Yeah, and I guess to the fans out there who maybe haven't watched as many mile races, you can tell the pace is fairly honest by the fact that these men are stretched almost single file from first to last in this heat. So Zavala taking charge of this one from the front, running hard. And, if you're in last there, you got about 20 yards to make up to get to the front. So not wasting any time trying to separate the wheat from the chaff. Zavala running very smooth, very confidently. And I'm not going to lie, I love this strategy.
Absolutely. It's not bad. The pace isn't crazy. So he should be fairly within himself here. Lined up behind him are two MIT teammates, Arroyo and, as we mentioned, Ziad Hassan, who are now brought up by Sapowski of Wartburg. But MIT has a super deep program, really great coach out there in Riley Macon and family. And, they're here supporting the engineers.
Well, also, let's not forget that we are running on a flat track. This has not played a role yet in any of the races that we have called to date. So flat tracks a little bit slower than the bouncy banked ones sometimes that we see athletes go chase fast times at. But Zavala came through 800 in a hair over 204. So that's still very good running for a preliminary heat, which is why you start to see a little bit of separation with two athletes falling off the back. But you got to think that something happened there, because the MIT athletes are going to the front and charging hard.
Absolutely. This is an extremely decent pace, I would say. It's in everybody's wheelhouse, but it's not going to be an easy effort. Arroyo continues to push from the front with Sapowski in his back pocket. This is shaping up to be a barn burner here. Yeah,
I thought when Arroyo went to the front that the pace would have quickened ever so slightly, 31.7 on that last 200, but that was not to be. I think he just wanted to be in a better position. The MIT teammates now side by side, running 1-2 with Zavala right there in third. Now people are trying to make some money moves as we go into the final 200 meters of this race. Again, no, a top four finish automatically move on to the final, and we have about 6 men in contention right now.
Zavala just made a big move down that penultimate home stretch to move back into the lead. We saw him leading the early stages. He wants another taste of it. Hassan starting to assert himself now in that second position. 4 have still not separated, but 2 MIT in the top 4 with a great move from Wisconsin lacrosse. Wiki just inserts himself into the top 4, but will it be enough? Athletes looking around. Hassan's content to cross. Fist bump at the line. Top 2 positions locked up, but the auto qualifying spots are a jumble. Will, do you have it pulled up?
Sean Hendricks right there ran an unbelievable 27 low last 200 to surprise about 4 other guys to finish third, 208 or 210.8. That was a flurry of a finish. My goodness, let me run through these results. Jonathan Zavala, shout out to the D3 Glory Days run this morning. Put some wind in that kid's sails. 4:10.5 to finish first. Ziad Hassan looked like he was very, very, very relaxed, but again, maybe too relaxed, finishing second, 4:10.54. Sean Hendricks with an unbelievable finish, 4:10.80. Pablo Arroyo, MIT, the second MIT athlete to make it through to the final, 4:10.83. And Zygmunt Godard from Middlebury came up over